guys, and welcome back to Mystic Worlds, and as always this is Safe Haven, and in today's episode we are going to be heading back over towards the castle that we assaulted in the last episode. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because we want to build a ghast trap today. So this episode is going to be more of a building episode. In today's episode we are going to be mainly focusing on making mob spawner traps for different mobs. We've got the ghast spawner right here that we're going to work with. We also have an Enderman spawner that we have in lockdown that I would like to make a trap out of. And finally, we have those two blaze spawners over at the tower that we died in, and I'm going to turn that into a blaze trap. So, this spawner we want to turn into a trap, and all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do kind of like a box, if that makes sense, just around it, and then I'm going to kill them with a looting sword. Because really, how often do you need ghast tears in reality? Now, this is what I was afraid of. Damn, tough ghast. So what we've got to try and do is sort of shut down the spawner if we can. And the only way I really know how to do that is by sort of doing this. And then we could build the trap around it. Oop. Now, it may still spawn on the top here, which is fine. We're going to spawn ghast on the top, but we're going to lock that down here shortly. Need to... Oop. Yeah, he's spawning on the top now. We want to put an end to that really quickly. Oops. Stuck in a fireball. Hopefully it doesn't spawn too quickly. And if it follows the rules of a normal spawner, this should shut it down. Clearly not. I guess we need to do this, basically. 4 in every direction is enough. You can actually do it with 3 on some sides, but I'm not going to mess around with coordinates right now. So, that's 4 on that side, and I guess now we can kind of connect it up a little bit. Like so. I'd be very surprised if this spawns another one now. But it may do. I may need to go get some more cobblestone from the base, but we have plenty to keep us going for a little bit here. So the idea is we're going to fill this in, and this is just to keep the ghast from spawning while we build the thing. And then we're going to build basically like a big box around this where the ghast can spawn in. And then we're going to kill them. It's as simple as that, really. There's no real easy way of automating this. I think you do get ghast tears without having to kill the mob. But even so, I mean, I could build some sort of piston-based trap, but for how many ghast tears I'm going to need, and for the amount of time I want to spend AFK at this thing, I'm just going to build a simple trap. I think that that's the best. It can spawn on top as well, so we're going to have to bear that in mind. As far as I'm aware, I guess we could experiment a little bit here, because it will spawn basically as soon as I break that block. So, what is this? Is this far away? I don't know what was happening here. I must have missed it somehow. Some gunpowder over there. If I break this, it should spawn, I think. I guess not, but we're going to leave that there anyway. So now that we've got this kind of taken care of, there's this pathway. I guess we'll leave that for the time being. We want to make a small trap. So let's just break this to get it out of the way. Oop. That ghast put a hole in the floor, which is not ideal. You see a spawner there? No. I'm just seeing things. So let's break this now. I also want to kind of get that filled in if I can. There we go. That's somewhat repaired, I guess. So, I guess now let's start work on that box. What do we got down here? Some experience. And we'll go from the spawner itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should we just go 8? I think 8 should be good on all 4 sides. So, we've already got 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just a squid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do 8 on the last side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we just need to connect up the walls. And I guess we could do that like this, I suppose. It doesn't have to be huge, it just has to work. So, I guess we'll connect the sides and then we'll put in a floor. Like so. And then we need to extend the walls up. The handy thing is with the walls, we don't actually have to fill in every block. We can make it into like a cage, so to speak, of blocks rather than a full wall, because ghast won't spawn this far out on the outside of where the trap is going to be. So we can save on cobblestone a little bit. And I may need to go collect some more, but there is plenty around, so I'm not worried about that. So let's connect this part in as well. Oop, need some more cobble. And some more. There we go. So now we have the basic shape here. So what I was talking about, oh, we need to connect this side as well. I forgot about that. I could even tear that down if I really wanted to. Pick that up as well. In fact, I'm going to save a little bit of time here and just not get in the water. So let's see here. I'll talk about what I was going to talk about in a moment here. There we go. So basically, to save, we're going to put a door there, probably an iron door. We can do something a little bit like this. Oh no, I want to do the corners for sure. For no other reason than to make it look nice, though. So we could do something a little bit like this. Just to save on cobblestone blocks a little bit. And because it's in water, we're not really going to have too much trouble. If I do find that mobs are coming over here, I could light this up or something like that to prevent that from happening. Ooh, this is not good. Why is that like that? I guess we'll just extend it one. And we'll do the same thing over here as well. Pick that up. And then all I've got to do is go up to just above this trap, and then we can put a roof on it. And it's as simple as that. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'll be back, whoops, when I have made some progress, and we'll look at how we actually farm the ghasts. Okay guys, so I built the ghast trap. It turns out that I needed to raise the roof a little bit, but now it's working. I've been getting ghast tiers here. I'll show you how it works. So we have Stinger, which is a Luton 3 sword on the bar right now. And we just let a ghast spawn from this spawner. It will spawn in one of the 4 corners of the room. And then we whack it with the Luton sword until it's dead, and then we get its drops. It's really as simple as that. It's very, very basic, but effective. I didn't, as I say in the last clip, spend a lot of time doing this trap because of how often I'm going to use it, for one, and for, you know, the number of drops that it gives just with a Luton sword. I think it's fine, honestly. And I've never really seen a design for a ghast trap that is automatic but uses a spawner, because ghast spawners don't occur anywhere in the normal vanilla game. You can only get them in custom maps. So I think this will do just fine, honestly. 16 ghast tiers already. I'm aiming to get probably about a stack and a half, and then I can come back if I need to at a later date. But this will give us infinite regeneration potions. Now that we have access to brewing, that's going to be really, really useful for us in the future. There we go. And we got another one there. So I'm going to spend some time farming this guy for a little bit. And then after we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and start work on the Enderman farm. Now that's quite a small farm, so I'm probably going to cut right now to when that is done and then explain how that one works. So I will be once again right back. Okay guys, so I've been working on this Enderman farm and it's now complete. It's a very, very basic, dumbed down kind of farm. It's not anything advanced by any stretch, but what it does do is enable me to farm ender pearls. I've got around 4 stacks so far, exactly 4 stacks in the chest. So all it is a area for the Enderman to spawn in that's 3 high, and then I have an area here which is only 2 high that I can sit and whack them with a Luton sword with, and I can look at them to bring them to me if I want, or I can just walk around. And there's torches here to have it disabled right now. I may come back and put some redstone lamps in later on, but for right now, this is doing just fine. Redstone lamps would just save me from having to take out all the torches all the time. And it's really as simple as that. It's just a very, very basic farm. Ender pearls are going to be a resource that I'm not going to be able to, you know, throw away, but I do have a place now where I can come and get some if I need some. So I will still be killing Endermen on site if it's convenient, through dungeons and stuff, but at least we have a place to farm them now. So my loot sword is getting low. I'm going to need to do a repair. I have gotten a stack of gas tiers now. I think the next thing I want to do is start work on the blaze farm. I've been having a little bit of a debate kind of with myself really, in my head really, because I'm not sure how warranted a blaze farm is, because I already have a dual skeleton spawner. I don't do a whole lot of enchanting. It's mainly books that I want to do. So I've kind of been having some difficulties as to whether to build that, because that is quite a big project. There's a lot of resources involved in doing that, and it's a big outlay. So I wonder if the reward is worthwhile. It's definitely faster, and it gives me access to blaze rods that I can use to smelt stuff with. But even so, I mean, I'm having some difficulties kind of deciding whether I want to build it or not. But I can't go ahead and make all the supplies for it and then pull out on the deal. So I think I'm going to investigate the blaze spawner a little bit and kind of work out what all needs to be done and whether it will work correctly. I'm not sure on the spawner placement either, so I'm probably going to head over there with a fire resistance potion and check out the spawner situation, and if it results in me only having one blaze spawner left, then I won't build a trap, because it's not going to be any more efficient than my dual skeleton spawner, really. So that will be something that I will need to investigate. So I'm going to jump in the bed real quick here, and then I'm going to head on over there and do some investigation. So that's the Enderman farm. Another successful farm finished. Now it's time to decide whether we want to build the blaze farm or not. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I decided after looking at the blaze spawners, I can build a dual blaze spawner trap, but I'm not going to. And the reason why is almost instantly I got swarmed by so many blazes, and it was really difficult to really do much of anything in reality. And unlike when you're in a normal nether fortress, they're kind of in that little cage area, if that makes sense. They're kind of confined a little bit. But in this situation, it's completely open, really. And I just think that it would be a lot of unnecessary work when we do have a perfectly functional dual skeleton trap. So I think we're going to roll with that for now. World's not loading for some reason, I guess. Oh, it's just up in that tiny little ledge. Goodbye. So, there is something, though, that we are over here for, and I made a discovery while I was on this adventure over to the blaze spawner area. And I think we're going to get enough XP just from killing monsters and beating dungeons that I don't really need that. I do think I've done a little bit more enchanting while we've been away here. And I do think that in reality, we are not going to get the gear I want through enchanted books. So I think it's just going to be a case of rolling the dice a little bit on the table, or finding loot, like this sword, for example, and then repairing it. And that's going to be the best way forward, because I just keep getting fire protection and efficiency books, which I really don't need. So I discovered this. I put a torch up here. There is a zombie. Oh, there's lots of mobs in here this time. Yeah, fight. Does me good. More than one skelly. There we go. So there is this little area, and I'm out of torches, although I can make more, so it's not a big deal. Let me make a stack here really quick. There we go. And okay, so we have this, and I guess that's just a torch. There's some iron here, which we will take. See if there's anything behind it. Doesn't look like it, just looks like a small pocket of iron. So what do we got? Ooh, another lost soul book. Okay, that's really well hidden, actually. So let's take a read of this one then. Let's see if we can find him today. Within the crater there is a darkened path. Find the pirate within the dungeon. Look carefully. Okay, so we haven't been there yet. That's referencing the meteor pit, and we aren't going to be going there today. We're not prepared enough yet, so at least we found another one. I can return this back to the main collection of items. So at this point, we don't really have enough for an episode, I don't think. I might scrape 15 minutes, I'm not sure. I am going to look at the episode footage and take this back, see how much of an episode we've got. But if we haven't really got enough, I think we'll head out and explore a dungeon. One thing I want to do now is we've kind of wrapped the pyramids area up as far as I can tell. I would like to kind of continue my swoop here and kind of continue on around a little bit and see what we've got here still to conquer. I did a little bit here in a sense that we did the library. Maybe we should do a little bit of reconnaissance as well while we're out here. These mountains are pretty difficult to navigate though. I don't want to fall off any sudden cliffs here. I guess I could try and aim for that, and I'm going to miss. No, not this time. I'm going to say I don't want to die to something as stupid as that. I've died once in this map, and that is already too many times for my liking. So, in fact, that's reminded me, I don't have any blocks on me. I'm not actually carrying any blocks. So, I want at least something on my bar. It'll make me feel a little bit better. That'll do. So we investigated this bridge. We discovered all of the stuff that was here, and we did the tower at the back there. So Mystic Mountains, we kind of conquered this as far as I can tell. So we still have the overhang mountains to do. And we did do one dungeon down here that had the binary pages in. Let's take a wander up here and see what we can see. So the cabin is just on the edge of render distance. If I was to move into the next chunk, you'd probably see it. So this is this area. Okay. This is more the center of the map, so I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm looking mainly for areas sort of on the northern tip, and I want to kind of complete a sort of a circle, if you will, or an arc over towards where the pyramids area is. And then we'll move more into the middle, and then we also have the meteor site to visit. So there is this right here to investigate, and there's probably something hidden amongst the trees there. I investigated this. This is part of that binary dungeon, as far as I can tell. Is there anything hidden up here? I forget if I've been up here or not. Looks like there was something there. I think that had a research note in it, actually, and I've already been up here. So, there's this right here to investigate. That's the obvious, that goes up there. What is that up there? There's something right off in the distance. It's a very dark material. I can't tell what it is from here, and that's out of render view. Load back in, please. I might have to get a bit closer, I think, to really see what that is. Let me see. I can't tell what it is. My hunch, and this is just a hunch, that's a nether portal right there. That goes straight to the nether, which we will not be doing yet. But it still might be worthwhile to head up here. There might be some dungeons inside this before you get up here. And we could also investigate that further anyway and just kind of take a peek. We don't want to go into the clouds, though, too much yet. So there is definitely that to investigate. So we've got this little area. Did I go in there? I think I went in there. That had some diamonds in it. So this, the mountain path that goes around there. Oh, I don't want to fall off here, that's for sure. And I guess I can dive straight down here and be okay. Eek. Okay, I'm safe. Good. So there is that to investigate. Tell you what, while we've got a little bit of time, I'm not going to go up that mountain path, but maybe we can investigate this little dark spot right here. And everything's here to greet me. Okay, I have a Smite 4 sword. So I've got to be mindful of that and not get cocky with creepers and that kind of thing. Oop. There we go. I hear a cave sound, but that doesn't really mean anything. There we go. Now, this is completely off the bat. This could be a bad idea. No, don't blow up. There we go. I'm gonna kind of... I want to get a better angle. They're pouring off that mountain at me. Oop. I want to go towards him, really, if I can help it. Oh, please shoot him. I don't have any records yet, but I guess that'll be a project for another day. I shouldn't be fooling around with that right now. Is that my arrow? I don't think so. It would have flame on it. And also, how are we doing for daylight? I think we're about to get dark here, which is not good either. Yep, sun's about to go down. Ooh, a spawner. What's that? I dread to think. Let's get rid of it. Yeah. Well, if there was any more there, they're gone now. Give me this dirt. Yup. I think there might be a creeper spawning around here, honestly. So many creepers. I've noticed lately, one thing that seems to have affected me, a lot of mobs like creepers, and I'm going incoherent. Ooh, nasty. No thank you. And we're dealing with cave spiders again. That I can't kill without getting poisoned. So, one thing I've noticed lately is a lot of mobs seem, well, at least creepers, I'm not getting the jump on them like I used to. They seem to be blowing up a lot lately. My reactions might be a bit off. I'm not sure why. I should really get out of here. It's night time and it's just not making anything safe. Especially with these guys around. Oh, thank goodness he died. Oh, you got punch on that for sure. Get rid of him. And... God damn it. I need to get out of here, like, right now. I will die if I'm not careful. Get me out of this mess. If I'd have got that spawner, I would have been safe. And I shouldn't just go running back in, either. I'm carrying lots of good stuff. I have a research note, or whatever it is, this soul book that I need to deposit. I am carrying... How's my armor doing? My armor's almost gone as well. I may not be able to finish this today because everything is all started falling apart. I didn't intend on actually doing any adventuring. God damn. Excuse me. Shouldn't be talking like that. Ooh, an enchanted bow. Has that got on it? Punch. Yep. I don't know what that is there. It looks like I've just about finished conquering this place. I'm not really interested in going over there, though I would like to get rid of that. Whatever it may be. So I'm keeping an eye on my armor. There's a chest there. Oh, you're just a regular spider, thank goodness. Have I dealt with your cousins now completely? I don't want to get snuck up on by more of the clowns. Ugh. Armor's doing okay, but not great. Well, there's only one of them. I did actually think about installing a mod, and it's not a gameplay changing mod. It's called SSP. I've talked about this before, I think, and it basically restores single player so that cave spiders don't have that glitchiness about them that they have ever since the multiplayer merge. And I mean, we're now approaching the release of Minecraft 1.8, and this is 1.4. This was over a year ago now. And it's just not been fixed, and I don't think there is ever going to be a fix for it, honestly. I think it's just an effect that we have now that they merge single player and multiplayer. It's to do with the hitbox detection of spiders. It affects normal spiders as well. A lot of mobs actually suffer from it. It's what causes the arrows to bounce off monsters and kind of the glitchy behavior when you see them clipped into the floor and stuff like that. Admittedly, though, that has actually gotten a little bit better. The going into the floor thing, that has gotten a little bit better. But if you ever see that, that's to do with the single-player multiplayer merge. It's getting desynced from where it's supposed to be drawn, and it's not very nice. It makes things like this much harder, much more difficult, simply because you know, I mean, the mob is not in the correct position for what it looks like, at least. So many mobs. I think like that, right there, that is a multiplayer merge bug. Now, admittedly, it's gotten a bit better, but it's not anything that I would shout about for sure. And I don't think it's necessarily gotten any worse. I mean, some people have said it's gotten worse. I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, I don't like to kind of get into these discussions too much because people can often disagree, and I can get misinterpreted and that kind of thing. And I don't want to get misinterpreted to be moaning about the game. I'm just kind of I thought about installing a mod basically that just kind of fixes that glitchiness. It may have been fixed in a future patch. I haven't played a map in a future patch yet, so we'll just have to see on that one. And I hit you with the wrong sword, guy. So, what was this that took me so long to reach? I'll need more torches. Here we go. Let me see here. It's just a little bit, you know, I mean, they poison you, and it all begins to add up a little bit as well. Ooh, how much coal is here? A little bit? I mean, I have plenty of coal, so I'm not worried about coming all the way out here to Fortune, something like that, a little bit like that. So what do we got here? Another Lost Soul book. Let's take a read of this one, see where this one is. In the pyramid ruins, there is a pile of sand on the floor. Look for a small entrance, and you'll find a pirate. There's a lot of small piles of sand on the floor in the pyramids area. But I think I know what it means. I think it means near where my dome house is, which, I mean, is convenient for me. I'm going to head back over there anyway. Being as we're done with the pyramids area, the next thing for me to do, in reality, is going to be to kind of pick over the stuff that's in that house and return them to the main base, because I have quite a bit of stuff over there now. I'm not sure if I'm going to build a house in wherever we go next. Honestly, I've not been too inspired by the areas like I was with the pyramids. I may build like a little log cabin or something, just a small build over where that mountain path is. But I mean, it's so dark and there's just monsters around all the time. I don't know if it would be worthwhile building it there. Do I want to press on and try and go for the house? I think I do. I was going to go back to the main base, pass the night, and then come back out. But either way, we're still going to have to face creepers and stuff in the daytime. And also, how's my armor situation at? Not bad. It could be better. So, I guess if we get an objective in today's episode, then that's really, really good. Because I wasn't intending on doing anything in today's episode outside of building mob farms. And we did build mob farms. We've got a ghast farm, and we have an enderman farm now, but I wasn't intending on doing much adventuring today. I just wanted to do a little bit of reconnaissance. But sometimes reconnaissance can very quickly turn into battle, as I'm sure many of you who play these kind of maps out there will know. So, let's head back into the house. We made that relatively unscathed. This house was a great build. I really enjoyed this house. It's been one of my better builds, I think, for sure. And it's quite amazing, really, because this is before we had the clay and stuff. I only really had stone bricks and the wood types to build with, so I'm pretty happy with the end result of that house. I think that there's something around here that it references. Did I place that torch? What's down here? There's a ladder. Oh! Well, how did I never notice that before? Morth, eh? 7 emeralds, diamond shovel. I'd want to trade with you, but I can't trade with you yet. Morth, spawn villager egg. So what does Morth have to say to us then? Morth, thank you for finding me, hero. Bring my villager egg back to the ship. I thank you with a gift. A secret, of course. The cloud with a chest in water has a path leading to a cloud that seems to have no purpose. At the very edge of the cloud, there is a single snow block. Cover it in a chest. Go there to retrieve your reward. Well, I haven't been to the clouds yet, nor do I have any intention of doing so right now, so Morth's book will just have to sit back at base with all of the other ones that I haven't been able to find. But we can go and visit the pirate ship and deposit the villager. So, I've just been thinking about it for a minute here. Oof. Probably shouldn't have ran through there. I wonder how many mobs have actually farmed in Safe Haven now, because we have the Dark Room, which is zombie, skeleton, spider, creeper. We have an Enderman farm, so that's pretty much all of the overworld mobs, I think. I don't think I'm missing any. Of course, we have passive mob farms as well, so we can count those in there. I guess we don't have a squid farm, but then again, this is a CTM map. Unless I wanted a lot of ink sacks, I don't really think I'd need it. I mean, the only thing I can make with it in this version really is the writable books, and I don't really want to look down there, showing through the world again. And black wool, and I don't really have a big need for either, so there's no point to me building that. We have farm blazers, but we farmed it in my base, but it's not like an XP farm. It's just for blaze rods if I need a few for potions or whatever. So we did farm blazers. I farmed pigmen. I farmed ghasts. I haven't farmed wither skeletons. They were in this patch, but they were added to the game after this map was released, so I don't think we'll run into any of those unless the skeleton spawners in the nether. So I have not farmed wither skeletons. Is there any other mobs in the nether? I haven't farmed magma cubes, and nor have I farmed slimes yet either. But then again, I would not have a big need for them either. So where is Morth here? Not in here, that's for sure. Oh. Dorian. I thought I found him. I'm positive I found him. Morth is up here, so I guess I'll put Morth down here with the other villagers. And he's a villager that takes coal. Might do some trading with him. Morth. Ooh, a hidden chest. Nice, some more diamonds and a piece of iron. So what do we got? Nirvana. Onyx. What do we got down here? Kurt. Verlo. Lucas. Again, I'm positive I found Dorian. I'm positive I did. Tyrion, Leo, Mortifer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I found 5 pirates then. How many villagers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's only 5, so I must have not found him then. So I believe there's 10 pirates. There's 4 beds there. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute, is there 11 pirates? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's 8 out there. So there is 11 pirates then, but 1 was already here. So that means we got 10, and there's 5 here. So there's 6 pirates left. So quite a few pirates still to find. I actually only thought there was 5 left, but it turns out that there is actually 6 left, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I've been having a lot of fun finding them, so it's not a big deal. It is nice to find another objective, though. So I guess now the next objective is going to be to pick a new area to explore. And I'm thinking that mountain path looks favourable. I don't think there's any dungeons in that snowy area. I have looked around there before, and I haven't seen anything, really. So I don't think there is anything there. So it looks like, with the pyramids area conquered, and this sort of starting area conquered as well, we now have only got a little bit of the northern tip to do, which is this mountain right here, actually. I think this is the overhang mountain. I'm not sure if it has a name. It's just that the sign pointed towards this mountain here. But that may have been in reference to some other mountains, I'm not sure. Then, I think at that point, we'll probably be debating whether to go for the pit, which is the meteorite site, or whether we want to kind of spiral in on the center here and see if we can spot something in the central area. There's a lot of buildings and stuff that are in this area which still need investigating. I think, as far as I'm aware, I cleared that tip. There's not much over there. It's kind of just an empty area where that lighthouse is and so forth. So I think at this point we're actually in pretty good shape here, moving forward. So really it's just this area and the central bit, I think, now that actually needs completing on the land. My only big question though lies in the fact that I haven't really gotten too many objectives yet, so I can't be sure that that is it, because the clouds, well, it does look quite big. I don't think there is that many objectives up there. I know for a fact that there is no research notes or pirates up there, and we haven't found all of them yet either, so I imagine we've still got quite a ways to go yet in terms of actually finding objectives on the bottom half of the map, so to speak. So let's head inside and deposit the stuff off, and then I think we'll call it an episode at this point. Got 2 more diamonds. Off camera, I'm going to probably do some more enchanting and kind of pick over the stuff from the dome house and bring it back here, what we want to keep and what I could just leave there. And then next episode I'll be back with a more updated plan. We may build a small little cabin and probably investigate that mountain path. I would have thought that looks like the next thing to visit. So let's put these away. So Morth, where does Morth go? Right here. Technically, according to this, I've only found 3. So I don't know what happened to the other book. Oh, I think I know where the other one is. It's over at the dome house, which is probably why. And then there's 4 in here. And we can put these Lost Soul books away. And these are just all spare books. How many research notes am I missing? 5. Just missing 5. So I've actually got more of those than I thought. Maybe that's where I got mixed up. So I've got 5 research notes left, 6 pirates left, and a whole ton of objectives. So we'll put that away, put the diamonds away, and I guess I can kind of do this stuff off camera. So I think we'll call it an episode here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, see you later, and have a good day.